This is Luxilon's latest string, Eco Power, and it is a sustainable string, probably the most ecological string on the market right now, made out of 100% recycled materials, which include 90% plastic bottles and the remaining 10% out of other plastic packaging material. And on top of that, Luxilon makes its strings in a factory powered by solar panels. So, I mean, this is as eco as you can get when it comes to a tennis string. The packaging is very minimalistic, uses very little paper. The string has a really nice color, I have to say. It feels very nice. I think I'm gonna enjoy stringing this. Quite sleek. This turquoise maybe doesn't seem as vibrant on camera, but it's quite nice in person. Now I hear this is a medium stiff string, and it's got this hexagonal shape to it, so it should increase spin. It's got that grab, that bite because of its shape, and so I'm really interested to see how it will play. So if you're a player interested in reducing your carbon footprint, well, this is the string for you. I hope this plays well because the color, I absolutely love the color, okay? This color here is fantastic. I might use this string just because of the color, to be honest with you. I feel like just because it looks so good, it'll give me an edge, because I'll look at the string every time and I'll be like, yeah, this is a nice string, and it'll just motivate me. The color itself will motivate me to play better. This is the best string color I have ever seen. Is this the first step towards environmentally friendly tennis? Because that's something I think that would be very important for the future. If we want this game to evolve, it has to be environmentally friendly. Think about the amount of balls we use that go to waste every single day. So having companies that try to solve these problems, for it to hopefully become a trend in the tennis community, sustainability, we start using strings made out of plastic bottles. I really would love to see more of that. I still cannot get over the color. It's just amazing. It's absolutely amazing color for a string. Come on. I'm in love. I'm in love. So this is already going to be a great performing string because psychologically it's affecting me because of how good it looks. And now because of that, I'm going to play automatically better. And thus my opinion is going to be a little skewed because of the color. Because it really is fantastic to string with as well. Firm enough, not too hard, slides easily as I weave the cross. So weaving the crosses is actually very nice. It has this sleek, slippery nature to it. Well, it reminds me of Luxilon Adrenaline quite a bit. It feels already fun to string. Now I really wonder what it's going to feel like in this Pure Strike racket. This racket by nature is a little stiffer. It would be cool to see more people use a string like this and for more companies to make strings like this. So after all, future has to be a sustainable one. Although you know what effect I think this string is going to have on me? You know when you get fresh equipment and you're all excited about it, and then you start playing better, and then you ask yourself, wow, is the equipment really making me play that much better? But in reality you were just excited, and because of your excitement you started moving your feet more. And because you started moving your feet more, you got ready for the ball earlier, so you were not late while making contact with the ball. That's sort of the trap of... You basically have this honeymoon phase with the equipment, with the fresh equipment, but then after like maybe a week or so, that honeymoon phase goes away and you're left wondering, well, what happened now? I was playing so well, I had all this fresh equipment, and now... So I'm afraid this might have that kind of effect on me, but I will keep that in mind. Nevertheless, give you a review of what I actually think. So to a certain degree, equipment is very important, but after a certain point, it becomes more of a psychological aspect of the game. Let's go on court and see if this is going to be delight or disaster. I'm excited. Let's go. Now before we go on court, let's measure the dynamic tension and we'll compare it after we've done playing. So I'll play around 2 hours and we're gonna see how much dynamic tension we lose. So right now it's at 31 dynamic tension, which roughly translates to around 21 kilos, as you can see. I think I might lose maybe 2 points on the dynamic tension scale. We might go from 31 to 29, which would be then 19 kilos, let's say, around. So we would lose around, say, 2 kilos or maybe 1.5 kilos while practicing. So we'll see what happens after practice, what it'll show. So thoughts on the string. We'll start with the positives. Positive, the color, fantastic color. Another thing, nice to string. It's really easy to string. I like the shape. The hexagonal shape definitely adds that extra bite, control, you know, more spin on the ball. It had good pocketing at the beginning, but then as I played with it after an hour and a half or so, it lost, I feel like, a lot of tension, and we're gonna check that right now. We're going to run our little experiment. Before we started, we had a dynamic tension value of 31, and now after 2 hours of play, what will it show? We started 31 and now we have 27, which means we lost 4 points on the dynamic tension scale. So if 31 is around 21 kilos according to this, then 27 is around 18 kilos, which means we lost, let's say, around 3 kilos after 2 hours of play, which typically does not happen to me. I measure lots of strings with this device here, the ERT 300, and I have never experienced this much tension loss in 2 hours. Like, usually it drops by like 2 points. That would be, I think, the negative, relatively poor tension loss stability. But other than that, it's a good string. It's a good string. I would definitely use it from time to time. But will I change to it? Probably not, but it's definitely worth a try. This really surprised me, how much tension it lost in 2 hours. I did not expect that. So that's the main reason. And for that reason, I'm out. But there really isn't any other reason that I would be out except for that one. Now, it does have it's definitely not a soft string, so it's suggested that people with elbow injuries not use this. But I was thinking about switching when I started playing. But then after like an hour and a half, I felt that sudden drop in tension. I need something that lasts me a little longer, because in 2 hours of play, ALU power does not lose as much. It started off at 32 and it went down to 30, just by 2 points. This here went down by 4 points. So anyway, it's a great string. Try it out. You will love the color and you will love how it plays, at least for the first 3 or 4 hours. Go for it. Let me know what you think of this string.